Get ready to be amazed! In today's video, we talk about Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a Japanese pilot who lived through a mind-blowing event in 1870. His story is a testament to human resilience and perseverance. Brace yourself for an incredible tale of survival against all odds. Meet Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a 29-year-old naval engineer who lived through not one, but two atomic bomb blasts. It's a wild story, and one that's almost impossible to believe. But it's true, and Yamaguchi is the only person officially recognized as a survivor of both the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So it's August 6, 1945, and Yamaguchi is on a business trip in Hiroshima for his company, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. He and his co-workers had spent the last 3 months working hard on the design of a new oil tanker, and he was more than ready to head back home to see his wife and newborn son. But fate had other plans. Yamaguchi was walking to the shipyard for one last time when he heard the sound of an aircraft flying overhead. What could it be? He looked up and saw an American B-29 bomber dropping a small object attached to a parachute. The next thing he knew, the sky lit up in a huge magnesium flare, and he was sucked into the air by a shockwave. He was only 2 miles from the epicenter and was badly burned, and both of his eardrums had ruptured. He stumbled upon his co-workers, Akira Iwanaga and Kuniyoshi Sato, who had also survived the blast. The 3 of them set off for the train station and passed through a horrifying landscape of smoldering fires, broken buildings, and charred bodies. After a sleepless night in an air attack shelter, they boarded a train for Nagasaki. After a long journey, the injured and traumatized Yamaguchi was reunited with his family. But there wasn't much time for pleasantries. He needed some serious medical attention. So he limped his way to the hospital, and coincidentally, the doctor who was attending to him happened to be a former classmate. But at this point, Yamaguchi was unrecognizable. He was so severely burned and blackened that his own classmate couldn't recognize him. But that's not all. Even his family couldn't recognize him. His own mother accused him of being a ghost when she first laid her eyes on him. Despite his fragile condition, the brave and broken man mustered up the strength to make it to work after just 1 day. When Yamaguchi got back to Nagasaki and tried to explain what had happened in Hiroshima, his boss thought he was crazy. They demanded a full report. This madman was saying an entire city was burnt to the ground by just a single bomb. How was this possible? But they were just about to find out for themselves. Just as he was trying to convince his boss, the scenery outside burst into another blinding white flash. This time, Yamaguchi was closer to ground zero and was hit by another wave of cancer-causing radiation. But, miraculously, he survived relatively unscathed. He had the misfortune of being within 2 miles of a nuclear explosion for the second time in just 3 days, but also the fortune of surviving both times. Worried about his family, he went off looking for them. His house had been reduced to nothing but rubble. However, his wife had gone out to get burn ointment for him, so when the explosion happened, she and the baby took shelter in a tunnel. It was yet another mysterious turn of events. It's a strange thought. Yamaguchi's family could have been killed at Nagasaki if he hadn't been injured at Hiroshima. How could someone be so lucky and unlucky at the same time? The aftermath of the radiation was tough for Yamaguchi. He lost his hair, his arm wounds became infected, and he was constantly vomiting. He was convinced that the mushroom cloud had followed him from Hiroshima. But, unlike many other radiation victims, he eventually recovered and went on to live a relatively normal life. During the US occupation of Japan, he worked as a translator for the armed forces, and later taught before returning to his engineering career at Mitsubishi. Yamaguchi's story is an incredible one of survival and resilience. It's a reminder of the destruction that atomic bombs can cause, but also of the human spirit's ability to endure and carry on. Think about it. Surviving one atomic bomb is already a miracle, but surviving 2 of them? That's simply mind-blowing. Yamaguchi is a true testament to the strength of the human spirit, and his story is one that will be remembered for generations to come. So the next time you're feeling down, remember Tsutomu Yamaguchi and all that he survived. It's a story of hope and perseverance, and it's a story that will inspire you to keep going, no matter what life throws your way.